Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Today we're going to be reacting to some different YouTube videos. Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Today we're going to be So we're gonna start with the world's most deadliest jobs. Then we're gonna move over to the scariest UFC knockouts, and then after that we're gonna watch the dumbest workout fails. So we're gonna start with the world's deadliest jobs.
Because the deadliest job in the world is not what you think. Cargo ship security. The ocean is a vast, isolated...
And I am open to requests for videos throughout the whole thing.
terrifying place. But the main thing cargo ship security have to worry about are pirates. Not the old-fashioned kind of pirates, but modern pirates, normally from Somalia and Nigeria. These armed pirate crews take over entire ships, stealing the cargo and holding the crew hostage, normally to try and get a big ransom payment. Cargo ship security have to stop these pirates, but it's easier said than done. The security guards are normally outnumbered. The pirates normally have AK-47s and RPGs, and come in teams of 4 to 8 people. Because you're at sea, no military from any country will come to help, and even if they wanted to, there wouldn't be time. If a pirate boat is spotted,
the North Sea is scary enough anyway. I couldn't imagine working and trying to keep pirates off of me.
Invincible, but because it's so big, it's hard to guard everywhere, leading to many blind spots where pirates can board. Ship security guards face sleep deprivation, paranoia, and ocean sickness. To make things even scarier, most pirate hijackings happen at night, meaning you can never get a good night's sleep. It also means you have to defend your ship in total darkness, so it's no surprise dozens of cargo ship security guards lose their lives on the job every year. They're paid around $20,000 to $30,000 per month, meaning the job is high reward but very high risk. Ship propeller divers. Military and cargo ships have massive propellers, which are bigger than some buildings. They can be up to 40 feet wide and weigh over 100 tons. They're capable of slicing you into pieces, which is why it's so scary that people have to dive down to inspect them, normally in absolute darkness, sometimes in dangerous, shark-infested waters. If a ship breaks down,
I love snorkeling, but
no matter where it is.
Deep sea scares the heck out of me.
And sadly, every year, some of these divers don't make it back up to the surface. Sometimes the propellers start up, causing them to instantly pass away. The propellers are fast. If one turns on, you're done for. Marine life often attack the divers too. Aggressive fish, eels, and sharks can be deadly. Sometimes they have
them propellers. That's why it's so hard on people who when you like on a cruise ship, if you jump off of it, then there's a good chance that not only are you just going to drift out to sea, but you will also, there's a good chance that you're going to get sucked up under there. So that is one of the scary things that that happens whenever you jump off, is getting sucked up under there. I couldn't imagine doing that for a
They enter
job.
tight gaps in between the propellers. If the current changes, they can be trapped inside, where oxygen will run out in minutes. Also, they work very deep under the sea. The pressure is immense, and can easily crush your lungs. They're sometimes sucked into the propellers. Even the propellers slightly moving can create a vortex, pulling the divers under the blades. The worst part is, no one can hear you scream. Communication systems that deep are very unreliable, meaning that if something goes wrong, no one will know until it's way too late. Ship propeller divers make around $30,000 per month. But with all the risk, is it even worth it? Bomb diffuser. EOD technicians, also known as bomb diffusers, have one of the most deadly jobs in the world. It's not simple like it looks in the movies. Real-life bombs are normally booby-trapped, meaning there are many ways they can detonate. Also, bombs often have timers, meaning the diffusers have just minutes or seconds to act. They face psychological trauma every day. If you thought your manager was bad, these guys basically play Russian roulette every day they go into work. Every call could be their last, and this does a number on their mental health. Even their training is intense, having to experience controlled explosions while wearing a bomb-proof suit, ensuring they know how to react. Bomb diffusers make around $10,000 per month, but the risk is extreme. Miner. If you're claustrophobic, look away right now. Being a miner is one of the world's most uncomfortable and deadly jobs. Mine collapses claim hundreds of lives every year. They can cave in without warning, burying miners
That takes a
alive
brave
under
soul
tons
to
of rocks
be
and
able to
dirt, and rescue is often
work in
impossible.
a
Miners also
minery.
have to face toxic gases in every tunnel. Methane and
It's like they're
carbon
playing
monoxide
Minecraft in
can
real
cause
life.
asphyxiation, or even explosions. The machines are also super dangerous. Pickaxes, drills, and conveyors are used in confined spaces, leading to workers being
It's crazy that
injured
with all the
or
technology
crushed.
we
Many
have,
miners also get what's known as black lung disease. This
we
is
don't
from
have,
inhaling
or we
coal
still
dust over
have
many
people who
years.
mine throughout
Many
the world,
miners
which,
report
I mean, I guess it
anxiety,
is
depression,
cheaper
and
to
PTSD.
hire
They
somebody
work
than
miles
to
underground
rent
away
or
from sunlight,
use
family, or
equipment
friends, taking
throughout
a
the day.
massive toll on their mental health. And to think Minecraft makes mining look so relaxing. Unfortunately, these guys can't use diamond pickaxes. The worst part is, these miners make almost no money. They're normally in poor countries, earning around $400 per month. So next time you complain about your job, think of these guys. Light bulb replacer. This man works one day every 6 months and earns $20,000 every time. He is a light bulb replacer on a 1,500-foot communication tower. Light bulb replacers on communication towers risk their lives every time they go to work. A fall from this height is always fatal, and sadly, falls do happen. They have to deal with powerful winds, lightning, ice, and rain. When you're up that high, a sudden gust
I think
of
you
wind
make like
can cause you to lose grip or
120,000
balance. They also run the risk
every
of being
6 months.
electrocuted, as the antennas are very
Because I think
high
they do it
voltage.
twice
One
a
wrong
year.
touch can cause your heart to stop in an instant. Sometimes these towers can even catch fire, trapping workers with nowhere to go. They only have to work one day every 6 months, and make $20,000 per time. But considering all the fatalities, is it worth it? Crane operator. Crane operators may seem safe inside their cabins, but think again. Cranes sometimes lift over 100 tons, and collapses are far more common than you'd expect. One wrong move could be deadly. Also, every year many crane operators pass away from electrocution, as cranes frequently touch power lines by accident, causing
I think out
instant
of all the fears,
electrocution and
I think
even
heights
fires.
kinda-
Crane operators
they
often
get me.
have to
I
work
can't-
in harsh weather,
I can't,
making the risk even greater.
do
There's
anything
also
when
the
it
risk
comes
of
to
falling
heights.
from the crane, which happens way more than you'd think. Crane operators make around $7,000 per month, but it is far from a safe job. Commercial fisherman. The ocean is a terrifying and unforgiving place, and stuck right in the middle of it are commercial fishermen. The
Yeah,
job's
North
fatality
Sea.
rate is 23 times higher than average, mainly due to extreme weather and rough seas. They have to work in storms and freezing waters. Massive waves and hurricanes can capsize boats, and falling overboard is very common. Many fishermen don't wear life jackets, and freezing waters can cause hypothermia to occur within minutes. Heavy machinery
I'd be
such
tethered
as
onto
fishing
that
nets
thing.
and cranes
I wouldn't
can
go,
trap fishermen
especially without a
underwater.
life
It's
jacket.
common for them to work 18 to 20 hours with almost no sleep. This fatigue causes more accidents, making the job even more deadly. Every year, thousands of commercial fishermen lose their lives, and from watching them work, you can see why. The waves alone are enough to terrify most people, but for commercial fishermen, it's just part of the job. They sometimes fish in international waters, meaning if something goes wrong, they may not get saved. Commercial fishermen make around $7,000 per month. So while the money is good, the danger is extreme. Mountain bus driver. In most places,
these people
being
are
a
crazy.
bus driver is a safe job, but not on this route.
They are
Route
talented too. They
1258
can
to
drive
Lima is
that
the most
thing like
dangerous
it's
bus
nothing.
route in the world. It goes through the Andes Mountains in Peru. The cliffside roads are incredibly narrow, and there are no guardrails. The roads are barely wide enough for one car, let alone a large bus. But every day, bus drivers in the area have to drive this route. Landslides are commonplace, and rocks often fall onto the bus from above. Due to the height, there are dense fogs, but zero streetlights. A brake failure when going downhill means instant disaster. To make matters even worse, the buses are normally very overcrowded, and there are no emergency services nearby, meaning if something goes wrong,
Golly.
help is hours away. The road is nicknamed Death Road, with dozens of fatalities occurring every year. Bus drivers know every trip may be their last. The drivers are shockingly underpaid, earning only $500 per month, despite working 16 hours per day and risking their lives to provide an essential service. Bodyguards. Being a bodyguard may sound glamorous, but the job can turn deadly in seconds, especially if you're a presidential bodyguard. They're trained to step into the line of fire, meaning they literally have to take bullets to defend their boss. World leaders are big targets, and bodyguards sometimes have to sacrifice their own lives to protect them. They have many tactics they deploy, such as armored vehicles and concealed weapons. But if things go wrong, they're expected to make a human shield. Bodyguards have to be on high alert at all times.
So whenever
They have many tactics
when you
they deploy, such as armored vehicles and concealed.
you see these guys right here, they have a fake hand, and that's why they walk with their hand like that, because their hand is actually down the side holding the gun. So that way, if something were to happen, he would just stick his hand out between his coat. That's why he's walking weird with his hand stretched out like that.
Weapons. But if things go wrong, they're expected to make a human shield. Bodyguards have to be on high alert at all times. They can't simply switch off. If they did, things could turn deadly. Bodyguards such as US Secret Service agents make around $10,000 per month, but they're expected to work 80-hour weeks, sometimes in very dangerous places in the world. Iron worker. Iron workers build bridges and skyscrapers, but they risk their lives doing so. They work hundreds of feet above the ground, standing on 4-inch wide metal beams. There are no railings, safety nets, and sometimes no harnesses, meaning one wrong step or a gust of
That picture that of the iron workers from like the 20s or 40s, they them sitting there eating lunch on it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one. This right here, that is impressive, but also scary. But they're just sitting there like it's nothing. You would think one big gust of wind would just shoot them right off.
of wind results in disaster. These guys don't just work with steel. They've got balls made of steel. Falling is not just likely, it's part of the job, as it happens to hundreds of ironworkers every year. Nearby cranes are swinging massive steel beams, which is yet another big risk. Ironworkers work in all weather, including ice, wind, and lightning. They often weld with live electricity very high up, sometimes causing electrocution and fires. The hot welding sparks can also cause serious burns. Ironworkers make around $8,000 per month, but it's one of the deadliest jobs in the entire world. On the plus side, they get very good healthcare plans, which I'm sure they use a whole lot. Snake milker. I promise I'm not making this one up. Snake milking is a very important job. In order to make anti-venom medicines, real snake venom is needed, meaning snakes must be milked. Unsurprisingly, finding people willing to do this is very hard, which is why there are only 4 people qualified to be snake milkers in the whole United States. Most of these snake milkers don't have all of their fingers, as they've been bitten over the years. Anti-venom must be on hand at all times. These bites cause permanent nerve, kidney, and muscle colossal damage. Just because they survive doesn't mean they'll be the same again after a bite. The snakes they handle can end an elephant's life with a single bite. So just imagine what they can do to humans. Sadly, many snake milkers have passed away, but they provide an essential service, sacrificing their own health to ensure everyone has access to antivenom. Despite all this, snake milkers only make around $5,000 per month. Comment below which of these jobs you would do if you had to choose. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and watch this video next.
Yeah, that was definitely. I'm definitely impressed by the balls on some of these people. Let's watch this. This seems like it'd be a good one. Oh my gosh.
45's out of it. 45.
Imagine a murder suspect speeding through traffic, cutting across lanes, and heading straight into oncoming cars. This is the shocking story of Urban M. Robertson. On October 20th, 2022, U.S. Marshals requested help to apprehend murder suspect Urban M. Robertson. Officers tracked him to Gwinnett County, where Corporal Munoz and Officer Smith set up on Georgia 20. Robertson got into his 2022 Dodge Ram and started driving. Officers followed, prepared to take him down.
Going for the pit. Up. He's got to get him before he gets around other cars. Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to do it right now.
I gotta get him stopped. Up here.
Smith tried again with a second pit, but Robertson counter-steered and kept speeding away. The stakes were higher than ever.
Just a second, I haven't gone to another street yet. I'm trying to get around all these traffic. He's going the wrong side of the road, possible 1050 right here, maybe. Victoria Drive. He's going the wrong side of the road, Victoria Drive. Coming out to Holly Court. Motorcycle. Samples Road, crossing across Samples Road. 1050 Samples.
At GA20 and Samples Road, Robertson ran a red light and slammed into another vehicle, finally stopping his truck. But instead of giving up, he bolted on foot. Officers chased him into a parking lot where he eventually realized he had nowhere to go and surrendered. Have you ever seen an officer stay calm while bullets were flying at him? Trooper Brack Miller did just that in this insane chase through Oklahoma City. Here's how it all went down. It all started with a tip-off. Charles Carswell, an armed robbery suspect, was heading into Oklahoma. Trooper Miller spotted the black SUV and attempted a traffic stop, but instead of pulling over, Carswell hit the gas.
Maybe eastbound vehicle message. Eastbound Kilpatrick.
Suspect fires. Oh, he's shooting at him.
950 City, shots fired.
Unfazed.
Through the back window.
As they raced down the Kilpatrick Turnpike, Carswell fired through his rear window.
Still pointing the gun.
Still pointing again.
Oh, almost.
Ooh, that was
Oh.
ugly.
He almost completely messed up.
Taking one round through the front windshield. He's still continuing to fire. TBI, TBI, TBI.
Chase was over, but the danger wasn't. Carswell jumped out with a rifle and started shooting at officers. A fierce gunfight erupted, and when the dust settled, Carswell was down. 2 officers were injured, but both were expected to recover. Imagine fleeing from the cops on a high-speed chase, only to be struck by a taser and igniting in flames. That's exactly what happened to Christopher Gaylor on a fateful night in North Little Rock. It all started late one night on Asher Avenue in Little Rock, where Trooper Killian was just going about his usual patrol when something caught his eye. A black sport bike flying down the street with no license plate, weaving through traffic like it had a death wish. Killian wasn't about to let that slide. He flicked on the sirens, signaling for the rider to pull over. But instead of stopping, the rider gunned the throttle and bolted into the night. The chase was on. It wasn't long before Gaylor hit the freeway, where speed spiked even higher, reaching 120 miles per hour.
Actually, now the Rommary, call it.
10-4-30 east.
A lot of states, they're not chase states for motorcycles. They just let them go because of how dangerous it can be for them, but also a lot of the times they don't. I mean, motorcycle aren't, once they go, they're not slowing down, so it can also be dangerous for the people around them because they'll start weaving in and out of traffic.
Things took a dangerous turn when he swerved into a parking lot, narrowly missing another vehicle.
We're westbound, coming up on Allen Street. Westbound on Allen? 10-4, Allen and Chandler. We're taking Chandler Street right now.
With nowhere left to go, Gaylor bailed from the bike and bolted on foot.
No
But
way.
Killian wasn't about to let him get away. He deployed his taser, hitting Gaylor in the back. But instead of going down, Gaylor kept running. A second taser shot followed.
Oh
This
my
time,
gosh.
Catastrophic results. The impact caused an explosion.
Oh my gosh.
With the flames finally extinguished, Gaylor was taken into custody, but the mystery didn't end there. It was later revealed that Gaylor had a gas jug in his backpack, which is what caused the explosion when the taser hit. The night ended with a trip to the hospital, but little did anyone know, Gaylor's troubles were far from over. A teenager out on bond for murder, a stolen car, and a
Golly.
desperate attempt to escape at 95 miles per hour. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. Texarkana, Arkansas. Wednesday, October 2nd.
Man,
It's
Arkansas,
just another
they got
evening
so
until
many
officers
chases
spot
in
a stolen
Arkansas.
car near
YPD
Garland and Jefferson
has so
Avenue.
many in
The
Arkansas.
driver, 17-year-old Micah Xavier Holmes, already facing a first-degree murder charge. Instead of pulling over, he floors it. Arkansas State Police lock in. Holmes
Always.
hits Interstate 30,
Them
weaving
Arkansas
through
State
traffic
Police,
at
they
95
they
miles per
after
hour.
you
Sirens wail,
every
lights
time.
flash. But he's not stopping. He's got nothing to lose, or so he thinks.
Speed's about 90. Traffic's pretty heavy.
One thing I don't get is like 80% of the time, especially when motorcycles are different, because you do get where you can escape a little bit more regularly. But like 80% of the time you run in a car, you ain't gonna outrun them.
They're about to crash y'all. They're about to crash y'all.
Oh.
About to 6. They get on the road. Eastbound. 9 mile an hour.
Almost rolled it. What's with these cops getting phone calls every single time they're in the chase? Got a Ferrari right there.
Passing the left inside shoulder. They're about to wreck out right here. Looks like. Yeah.
Yep, they're going.
wrecking out immediately.
Ooh. Ooh.
The stolen vehicle loses control instantly, tires digging into the soft ground. In a split second, the car flips violently, rolling before slamming down on its
Oh.
roof. Metal crunches, dust fills the air, and the chase ends in a heap of wreckage. Troopers rush in, weapons drawn, but there's no more fight left at home. After a quick hospital visit, he's taken straight to a juvenile detention center. On May 12, 2024, Trooper was enjoying a cigar when he noticed the speeding Dodge Charger. He hit his lights, but the driver didn't stop. Instead,
Oh, that's
he slowed
hardcore.
down, turned on his blinker like he was going to pull over. The Trooper stayed cool, holding his cigar, until the driver decided to take off instead.
Stopping or what? What are you doing? Good pick, good pick, good pick. Oh boy. Nope.
With
Oh,
the
he-
suspect now speeding away,
he tossed
Trooper
his
had no
cigar.
choice but to toss his cigar out the window and take off in pursuit.
Dang.
The chase was on.
That thing was like almost completely full too.
95, passing lead.
They had lost his cigar.
Fisheries, traffic stops at 90 and a 55. And... Oh boy.
I guess they don't have their speed on the screen.
What are you doing? You pulling over? What are you doing, buddy? Hold on, he's slowing down, he's slowing down. We're stopped, we're dead stopped.
That was stupid.
Disregard, he just took off again. We're southbound, approaching 286. Speed's accelerating, speed's 70.
What I don't get is why is this flashers on?
We just took 6 from Fairbanks County Park, but we're going, it's like Hill Road.
Black belt.
Hill Road, no disregard, no, we're Fairfax County Parkway, Fairfax County Parkway, northbound on the Parkway, 286.
Northbound 286. Northern on top. Traffic is, no traffic out here, still 110. 283, no South Fairfax County PD. And if you got words from the helicopter yet?
Oh. Secondary now.
Eventually, the driver pulled off Route 286. The trooper quickly boxed him in, bringing the chase to an end.
Okay. All right. Why you want to know?
It's just a birthday, and
It's your birthday, man?
no, it's my brother's birthday. We was really just trying to get to our destination. I want to try and really, like,
We'll move these cars.
Heck of an
How's it
excuse.
going?
It's my brother's
I
birthday.
apologize. I wasn't really trying to put that.
I was smoking some my cigar. Just doing a regular stop anyhow.
Dude, poor dude done lost his
July
cigar.
15th, 2022. Calls flood in about an SUV playing chicken with oncoming traffic on Georgia Highway 42. Good Samaritans box in the rogue vehicle at a busy intersection, hoping to end the matter.
Oh, I think I've
Cops
seen
roll
this.
up, ready to chat. Driver Sierra Hibbert, 24, isn't feeling talkative.
Yep. What an idiot.
Get out the car! Get out! Get out! Tires are flat!
The dude in the blue needs to just move.
Come on!
They literally did all that and then drove 30 yards. Pop it.
He's not gonna make it far.
I bet you she has a heck of an excuse too.
Go!
I mean, this woman is stupid. I mean, what does she think she's going to do? She keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, but yet see, look at her starting burning tires.
After a series of crashes that would make an action movie jealous, officers finally corral Sierra. Miraculously, her child, the officers and bystanders escaped serious injury.
I didn't do nothing.
On July 3rd, 2022, Trooper Guerra was
What do you mean he
patrolling
didn't do
I-75/85 South when he spotted a
ran
black
into like
GMC
15 people.
Envoy with a driver and passenger both not wearing seat belts. As Guerra approached to make the traffic stop, the driver, Jonathan Hartger, had other plans. He slammed his foot on the gas, kicking off a wild pursuit through the streets of Atlanta. Hartger didn't hesitate. He pushed the gas pedal, rocketing past the 65-mile-per-hour speed limit, reaching over 95 miles per hour. His reckless driving left little regard for other drivers on the road as he darted through lanes and swerved to avoid obstacles.
Still taking Camp Ridge Parkway.
10-4 Stone Camp Creek.
This dude's rolling.
Still on Camp Creek Parkway.
10-4 still westbound Camp Creek.
Yeah, unit behind him. Go ahead and start calling if you know the area better.
I think I'm gonna take me a little food break, and then I may start streaming on Twitch for the next half of the stream. But I thank y'all for stopping by, the one who did.